what it showed was they put this big larva thing down inside these people's mouths, and then that alien being takes over the human body. And to these aliens, the human body is just called a jacket. Because it's just a jacket. It's like putting on a coat. They're fully themselves as aliens inside a human body, but they have a human body, so they look human to everybody else. And they can talk human and walk and act human, and they have all the memories that human had of the body they took over. But yeah, here's the New Agers themselves claiming they have 25,000 and more on the ground. Another thing is that, the Bible warns that the Antichrist is going to come in peace, and by peace he'll destroy many. And that's what I keep warning these New Agers, That's all this Sananda and all this Jermaine, and all of them keep talking about this Nasera, this new economic program they're coming to bribe mankind with. Oh, we'll give you $25,000 a month to pay off your debts. Just vote for Nasera. And that's the beast, Satan's economic program that's going to come on the whole world and usher in this whole new economic 666 system. And so that's exactly what their agenda is. And they don't even come out and hide it. They'll just say, we need to cleanse the earth of undesirables. We need to do a massive overhaul of Earth. And so, but what they'll do is for those who have been listening to their rhetoric and garbage forever, but you'll be safe. They'll talk about how they're going to do a massive cleansing on Earth, but the people who have been following them will be safe. And I'm going to tell you how safe you're going to be, folks, because we went through this a year or two ago when I addressed it. They have this program where right before the Earth changes are going to come, which is most likely a pole flip of some kind, or just outright alien invasion all at once. They're telling these people to meet them in appointed areas, and they will pick them up by UFO. Okay? Now, what did Meredith K. Baxter say in her book, Divine Revelation of Hell, when she was taken to hell and given a tour for 40 days as she walked through hell? She saw UFOs coming into hell and unloading thousands of people. In hell. This is hell, folks. This isn't some blissful planet like they've been telling you they're going to take you to, where you can learn new things and start mankind race all over again, and whatever lie it is, a new job for them and whatever lie they're feeding you, because you're going to be taken straight to hell. And that's what these beings are. That's where they're from. They're from hell. Right now they're traveling in their little ships over America, over the world. Sananda, the coming Antichrist, travels in a ship called the Capricorn. This is a huge spaceship that hovers out west above Utah, out in that area, Utah, Colorado, in between that area. And they don't stay in just one area, even though they may prefer to stay in one area for great periods of time and then move off to another area for a while. Especially since I've, been blasting where they're located all a couple weeks now. But that's where they stay. And they also stay in the mountains of the Himalayas. If you look over at India and Pakistan, there's an area over there where I believe the original Garden of Eden was. I know people talk about it being Mesopotamia, being Iraq, between Tigris and Euphrates, being Babylon over there. I believe the original Garden of Eden, the more I look at it in the Bible codes, was actually over there somewhere by India and Pakistan. And those Himalayas over there, I'm not real sure where Mount Hermon is either. I'm just geographically illiterate. Some of you can look this up. But find out where this Mount Hermon is. Not be Hermon, Hermon, Enoch talks about it. It's the original mountain where the 200 angels that were in charge of tens and tens and thousands of legions of angels underneath them met on this mountain, Mount Hermon, and that's where they came into an agreement and signed a pact to fall to earth, to leave heaven, and they would all do it together because they knew they were going to get in trouble. They knew they were in sin by doing so, and so one didn't want to step out without the other ones doing it. It's like a buddy system. If you do it, I'll do it, and we'll all get in trouble together. And so that's what they did. 200 of them, and they led their whole legions of angels that were underneath them to Earth. And so there was thousands and thousands of, hundreds of thousands of angels involved, folks, when they came to Earth to abduct and take human women and procreate with them. And so you can only imagine what the scene was back then, because the Bible describes them taking any woman that they chose. And so they were just abducting, kidnapping, and raping women off the earth, left and right. And these women were getting pregnant and giving birth to these hybrid giant beings, half alien, half human. Giantism was a DNA defect that was very prominent and dominant because of the breeding that was taking place. And so we had all these giants on the earth in those days. And so, now that I've totally lost why I even got into that, I get into these rabbit trails. But that whole area is dominant. It's going to be dominant again in the last days. And something with India and China, because I keep seeing it in the Bible codes over and over and over again, and I haven't figured out why. I haven't grasped why. But I do believe that's where some of their hiding bases are right now. No doubt about that. Also in Brazil, in Belize, Brazil, I believe they have, well, I do know for a fact that there is a huge government base there. Our government has a huge joint alien human base in Brazil because our FDA leaders go there for 2 weeks every year. They go down there, and when they come back, they all of a sudden have a new crisis and a new vaccination. The FDA is kind of like the energy department. It's basically just a joke and an arm of the CIA. And so their job is to depopulate the earth. They don't want to help the earth. They don't care about your health, people. They take away anything healthy so they can replace it with junk and garbage. And that's why so many of these alternative healing clinics and companies have been taken out of business, because they were helping people. And our government's not in the business to help people. They're in the business to hurt, maim, kill, and destroy people. I got an email from a listener. Can you go into what you think about the spirit of Enoch and Elijah, what you learned or been led to lead since you wrote about the second coming of Christ article? What will incarnation be like in the end, and how will the elect, righteous, and bride live on earth and heaven? Okay. I've talked about incarnation and reincarnation because there was a split. There's a vast difference between the two because, like everything, what the Lord has, Satan takes for a mile and perverts. And so reincarnation is a mile-long perversion of what incarnation is. Incarnation is what he spoke of with Jeremiah when he said, I knew you before you were formed in the womb, because Jeremiah was taken from heaven. I was living in heaven at the time and had agreed to come to earth and serve this role as Jeremiah and this prophet. He was a being in heaven. He was an angel in heaven who decided to come to earth, was born as Jeremiah and with this prophet role. That's incarnation, folks. Jesus Christ, Yahushua, was a being in heaven, an angelic being in heaven, and came to earth to fulfill the role of Son of God. And so you have these different angelic beings. If you read my article, Angels in the Flesh, there were many, probably 144,000. I'm convinced it's all 144,000 angels that were here during the first rebellion, Lucifer's rebellion on earth, sent back in these last days to fight against his second rebellion.